We're back. We're
We're
back.
back.
We
Energy's the same.
no, the energy's great. I'm feeling good.
Is it?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I feel okay. Took a nap.
Yesterday you were feeling. Did you nap this morning?
I slept.
Okay. Last night. So it was a
Yeah.
long nap.
I did a work. I napped at work yesterday. I napped at home yesterday, and then I slept, and then I did a morning workout with Tom.
So what do you do? Okay, this is a good question. You were in a little bit of a mood yesterday. How do you try to get out of them if you're in one? Or what do you try to do?
Yeah. Well,
Because I've been trying to get you out of them, and that's not good.
Well, your methods are annoying and ineffective. Because you go, oh, he's someone grumpy. Grumpus Frumpus. And I go, yeah, I'm Grumpus Frumpus. And you are more of I try to just feel it and go, I'm upset. I'm going to be upset for a little bit. It's not like a fly where you just smack it off. You have to feel it and deal with it for a little bit, and then that's how I do it.
Yeah, I was trying to confront you a lot yesterday with it. I was saying I miss my big man. I miss my porcupine.
That's probably the worst thing, because
you were not liking that at all.
You, in a sense, I call it, you play lockdown defense. Because when I'm in a mood, you make as much contact. You get in front of me in my face as much as possible without fouling me, and then you go, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And your little dumb boy, and you say the made up words. I love made up words. Oh my god! It's a lot of that. Like I'm your dog.
Yeah, man. I know. I don't know how to do it.
I just got it's not that. I'm just letting you know it's not that.
It's the same with.
It's never worked. If anything, it makes me more upset.
Oh no, I know it makes you more upset.
So yeah. So don't let's.
And
pick.
then
I'd rather you just do nothing so that I just deal with it.
I know, but I hadn't seen you for a week, so I was wanting some love.
But I wasn't.
It was 2 days you were in a mood because you. Oh no, you didn't get back Monday. You got back Tuesday.
Yes.
So, you were tired. I mean, tell us your escapade. I mean, you went on.
I went on the road last week.
Is escapade a bad word, or does that mean adventure?
Oh well, there's sometimes it's meant in a bad context.
Okay,
but it's not.
Well, Connor went on an adventure. He went on an adventure. Let's hear about it.
Yeah,
it's a big week for both of us. This is a huge week.
Yeah, I went on an adventure. I went last. So today is Wednesday, March 13th. March 6th, last Wednesday, I did Portland Helium, open for Jason Chaney, a handsome Taiwanese man from Los Angeles. And then we spent.
How are the Porties? The Porties good?
Portland was amazing.
Wow.
Helium's, it's a really nice club, and it was also one of those things where it was, I think, a 275er, but it was 265 sold, so basically sold out. And then you can't really see the audience. The lighting's in such a way where you can't really see them, which I always like.
Interesting.
I don't like making eye contact with people.
I don't like that, yeah.
So, and it was very fun. And then we spent Thursday to Sunday in Vancouver, British Columbia, in a suburb called New Westminster at Rick Bronson's House of Comedy. That was fun, too. Gotta say, there were things like crumbs in the green. It was just like an old theater sort of thing. But it was cool. It was cool. It's interesting. You see a lot of people sign a wall past performers, and there's flyers with other. I didn't recognize a lot of them. Who comes here?
Yeah.
And that was it. I was tired. Jason Chaney comes there, and he'll be there every year. And he loves being there. Told me to say that.
Well, that's good, man. I mean, you're doing the dream. That's the dream. That's what we want to do, is do the road and
it was fun.
Tag along with bigger guys. I've yet to get that kind of squared away. I've tried to reach out, but it never works.
That was nice that Jason reached out to me the first time.
I know, yeah. You have that. I think you have a likability about you. I think people see me and they go, we don't want him tagging along.
Well, I think it's an Asian thing, too. I think Asian people, they tend to look out for each other. Maybe I'm wrong, but I see them kind of hang and they eat Chinese food together, and they take pictures together. And
it's weird if I said any of that. That would be probably not received as well by our viewers.
Yeah, that's fair. And
but I do agree.
Yes,
I agree.
You say that Asian people stick together well, and
yes,
it's annoying.
I don't. I did not say that last part.
Oh, about.
I didn't say the annoying part.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know. I don't remember, but you hear a lot. And then we just ate a lot. Jason loves to eat. He's not a drinker, which I like that.
You gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful. It's because if you're with the headliner, you want to feel cool. You want them to think you're cool and be a good hang for them. And I mean, our ideal headliner is we finish the show, maybe play a couple games of pool, and then we go to sleep. That's what we want.
That's great.
And that doesn't exist. We don't think.
We have to.
That's why we're trying to get to be
We have
headliners.
to create a new class.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if we don't do all this?
Yes.
I like to walk. I don't want to get in an Uber.
Yeah. I don't want to stay out late.
I like that. Well, here's the thing. So Jason,
Medium late. Midnight? Latest?
Yeah. Jason was not the case. Here's the one thing. Jason's a bit of a crazy man sometimes. He probably goes, what are you talking about? Well, it's on everything specific time. So my internal clock is 2 hours ahead. So I'm going to bed at 1 a.m. on average, which is 3. We get home at 1 on Friday night, and he goes, let's go to town. And everything in my body is going, no. But I go, sounds good. That's what I say out of my face.
Yeah.
And then we go to a club. We don't like the first club. We go to a second club. Jason somehow gets a guy to buy our cover for us into the club. And it's like a hot person club where girls are like crying that they're not getting in. They go, this bouncer is such a jerk. And then hot people are coming out of the club. And then
what would have happened if I would have shown up? What do you think they would have done?
They would
have said,
I think people would start showing you their ID. And
they,
go, oh, no.
they would go, we haven't closed yet. You can't come clean the place yet.
Yeah, and you go,
oh, very sorry. Very sorry.
So you hit them with Uber?
Yeah, Uber.
Kitchen?
Uber for gin. Yeah, man. I get so uncomfortable around attractive people. Anybody that's put together remotely. People that make money. People that are attractive. People that are good at things. I'm just I'd like to be around people that are slightly below average, just like myself, I feel like.
That's good. You feel comfortable because it's one of those places where it's underground, it's dark, loud music, DJ. All the hits are playing. No cha-cha slide in there. It's all Drake and cool guy stuff. And it's like everyone is waiting for that Friday night to show out.
Yeah.
That's like they're young people. A lot of them are very attractive. I can't hear anything anybody's saying. I crossed a rope. Don't do that. If there's a rope or an implied rope, don't cross it because someone will tell you crossed it.
Why? What? I wonder what I just wonder how you talk to people in those environments. I never went through a club phase. I think I went to like one club maybe in college, and it was. I remember we left very quickly because it was very stuffy. It was more just like to say we did it kind of thing.
I think that's why it's a little people dance and there's like young hot people trying to do hot people stuff, and I think that's why it's more touchy-feely because you can't talk with anyone. So you just go, let me start dancing on him and see if this says anything.
Yeah, I've never had a face or body that says, let's dance with this guy. So I try to avoid it.
It gave me
dancing makes me. I mean, is there anything worse?
Nope. Nothing worse than that. It gave me like flashbacks of like going to a party and then immediately going like, why am I at this party?
Oh yeah. Yeah, parties, I don't know about you, but I always felt like I never knew enough people at a party to feel comfortable. There was always that fear of like, if someone walks away, I have to leave.
Yeah, I had like one friend who was very popular.
Yeah.
And I would just leech on it. I was like a moon orbiting him.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's an eclipse situation where the sun, and I can't see him and I panic.
Yeah.
I can't meet any other moons.
It's terrible. So and then you go to the bathroom and you go, well, this is going to be, I may never see him again. And then the people that, like my wife does this now, will go to somewhere and she'll just disappear and talk to people she knows. And this is like church stuff. And she'll just go disappear, talk to somebody she knows. And I go, hey, remember, I don't know any of the people here. And so why don't you stay with me since you're married to me? Just gone. I mean, that's why it's good having a baby now. Now the baby can't leave. So I can just kind of hold him.
That's
whatever.
good. I always get really happy if there's cookies at a if there's a food tray.
I've always been a big cook guy.
I'm all over me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over cookies. If it's free, because I don't drink. I don't like to drink. They go, make yourself a drink. I go to the sink with a red cup and get water.
Yeah.
Like I've gone to the bathrooms at clubs just to refill my water bottle.
Do a little mocktail.
Yeah, a little H2O. Even mocktails, I go, sugar.
I know. That never made sense to me. Drinking's weird because I hate people that say it tastes good. Because you go, you know what tastes better? A red Gatorade. There's nothing that tastes better than a red Gatorade.
We were always orange.
Oh, my gosh. For some reason, I associate orange Gatorade with soccer. Do you do
sport?
That? Yeah.
No.
I feel like red Gatorade is basketball, orange Gatorade is soccer, and I don't know what would be basketball, but those two for sure.
Purple?
Come on, man. You can't do that.
Oh,
But
no,
you said it, so
nothing
that's
bad.
okay.
No, because purple's
Yeah.
it's a good flavor.
Yeah, it is a good flavor, dude.
Orange was soccer, but what made you say? Did you watch a World Cup and you saw Landon Donovan?
I just
drinking
didn't. I don't like soccer. I don't like orange Gatorade, so I was like, all right, those two. I don't know. There's something about it.
Oh.
I would like to say. I bet people may agree.
Oh, so you don't like? What about lemon lime? I always felt like football was.
You know,
lemon lime.
my dad's one of those dudes where like an original comes out and he can't see anything past that ever. It's so
Oh.
weird. So he's always been a lemon lime guy. You try a new flavor, nah, the new flavor's got that's propaganda.
Yeah, I think there's something about. You know how like McDonald's has the best Coke? Everyone says they have the best Coke. There's like gas stations. If you ever get a fountain drink Gatorade from a gas station, those are like cold and they taste different. There was one like Chevron gas station. We would refill our cup and chug 2 full Gatorades before we bought.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was the best.
I haven't done Gatorade in a while. I typically just yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You haven't done Gatorade in a while.
Yeah, not a big G boy.
You don't like it?
I do. It's just I try to stay away from like drinking sugar. For me, like obviously I'm not crazy worried about health. I need to be, but I'm not. But I'd rather have sugar be like an ice cream than if I was gonna have Gatorade. You know?
Are they different sugars?
No, but I just rather if I'm gonna have it, you rather do it. I feel like Gatorade you can just chug a bottle and then it's like you're done. So
That's a bubble, right? Hydration.
dude, well people are all in. I mean I talked about it the other day, but cups are a huge thing.
I was making a list. Sparkling water is a big one. Thermal cups.
Thermal cups, seltzers. People got really into the seltzers.
Seltzer.
That's got to be a bubble. I mean, there was a wild one. It was just
Milk?
everybody.
Milk's kind of a bubble.
Milk's.
What is milk anymore?
Yeah. Well, people, it's so weird how people will go, they'll hate something and then they'll come full circle. Then there's like people that are going, no, you need milk. So
That's how I felt about. I guess I hate everything till I try it, in a way.
mhm.
Like when bird scooters came out, I meant these things are so dumb. Like they're ruining. What is a city anymore? These things are
Mhm.
ruining a city. And then I try it and I go, it's actually a really fun mode of transport.
It's great, but the quality of the scooters are going down. In Austin, I mean, it really is like 50-50 if I get one that works. And then
Or
it's
starts shaking.
Yeah, it's missing a wheel, so it's just like,
Have you seen someone eat it on a scooter?
I've yet to see that. I saw one time, you know this, we were doing a show in Austin, Texas. I'm
Glad you
glad I said Texas. And yeah, Connor had to go get something, and he took a scooter that I had. And so he drove the scooter, and then he parked it in a no park zone. And so it couldn't lock it.
No park.
And so what he did is he left it because he thought he was up soon on the show. And then he was like, hey, you have to go get it. So I'm walking to go get it, and I'm tracking it on my phone. And then I see it start to move. And then I look up, and I see a homeless man on my scooter stealing my scooter. And he took it for a good a solid bit. I had to rent another scooter and chase him down for a bit.
He was just like, ha ha.
Yeah. And then I found there's a locking feature. So he was in the middle of the street. I locked it. I watch it die on him, and then he throws it down. And then I walk over like I took a kid's Christmas, thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And it was great. It was great. It was like a $25 charge. Connor never Venmo'd me. No big deal.
I did.
Oh, it's fine.
I Venmo'd you. You inflated the price.
It's fine. I sent you the screenshot probably.
Yeah, I paid it.
We're not very good. I'm not great at all. Connor, I could buy Connor a car, and he would be like, "Oh, let me pay you back," and I go, "Well, just give me back. Buy me
lunch.
Buy me lunch." Yeah, and then it will be like, "All right, that's equal."
And then at lunch, I'm like, 3 sides.
Yeah, 3 sides.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not good. So, speaking of Austin, I was just in Austin.
Yeah, big news.
Big news. My
Watch out.
phone got stolen. So.
I'm still thinking about that.
I know. It's tough. Well, I'm going back to Austin this weekend, so maybe I'll be able to track the guy down. It's weird because I erased my phone, and so I guess they can't get in any of my stuff. But it was not good.
You erased your phone?
Yeah, you can erase it remotely if someone steals it. It's like a stolen mode. So I erased the phone, but I can still track it. So I see this guy or girl, but I'm assuming a male. He's taking my phone to different places, and he's moving a lot. So I don't know, and I've learned so much. I've learned a lot. There was I told people what happened, that my phone got stolen out of my car, and I asked people what I should do. And a lot of my followers really believe in the Second Amendment because they were saying to use that. And I go, I don't know what you think I am, but I'm not going to go brandish a gun to get my $200 iPhone 12 mini out of some guy's.
They want you to
hands.
use your Second Amendment?
Yeah. Yes.
Any thoughts on, he might be using his Second Amendment?
The guy that stole the phone, the guy that is a thief might also have some thoughts on the Second Amendment.
That's the scary thing
And
about
then
Second
maybe
Amendment.
Pretty positive.
He can use it. Second Amendment.
Yeah, you Second Amendment him. He goes, I'm a Second Amendment you. So, but yeah, it's weird. So, and people go that this is what I do in Austin and a lot of places. I take all the valuables out of my car, and I leave my car unlocked, and that theory works. So they don't break your window. That works, but you have to take the valuables out of your car, and that was a fatal mistake when I left my phone in my car. So that's on me. Honestly, I look at the thief and I go, I don't think this was even his fault. I think he did a good thing. I think he just was keeping me accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. So the phone got stolen. Still figuring out what to do with that. I ordered a new one, but I'd like that other one back.
You ordered a new one? Did you order it on eBay?
I ordered it on Gazelle. It's a used thing. So I got an iPhone 13 mini. I love a mini phone.
Gazelle.
Yeah, it's a great. They used. Buddy of mine told it. Shout out Matt Oaks. He told me about it. And then
How
college.
Are you? I just feel like you're telling me about some sites I've never heard of.
Yeah, I think they had some commercials back in the day, and one of those things like they just gave me quality phone. eBay, the people always feel like are lying. Like this company, like I feel like they're telling the truth.
Well, you're not buying a phone from a person on eBay. You're buying it from a retailer.
Yeah, but I don't trust any of that.
All right. Well, with Austin, exciting news out of Austin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Austin. I mean, the phone put a damper on the weekend, but
Sure.
I got approved to work at the Comedy Mothership, which that. So that's kind of a big fun thing in the stand-up community nowadays. Yeah, so we went to Austin last Monday and did the open mic, and then the guy that runs it saw my stuff and liked it, so gave me the green light to work there going forward. So that's pretty fun. Got another spot there this weekend and had a spot last week, so it's very fun.
What time will you be there?
I'll be there 7:40 this Saturday, but it is sold out already. So unfortunately, that is a
7:40.
It's a thing that they do at that club. They sell it out a
That's
lot.
good.
So it's very fun, very exciting. I think it's a lot of a lot of comics. It's a cool thing. I think it's a cool thing to get to do.
It's great.
So
It's great.
and it's very scary. It's the most scared. I mean, you've been there.
Very
It doesn't
intimidating.
feel. It feels like you're trying out for like America's
Got talent.
or the American Idol. It just feels very pressury, and it's very and then they don't. Would you say Austin is kind of lacking like the middle tier of comics?
Yeah.
Like they have like these uber famous people that are doing really well. Like Joe Rogan, Shane Gillis, Mark Norman will drop in, Ron White's there, Dan Soder will drop in, and then there's a bunch of really good like mid-level comics, and they're kind of mid to low, kind of like us trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And those guys are great, but the middle touring acts. So like I don't know, the Sellers got. I don't even know. Just different guys that are they're still touring and they're big, but they're a little fill in that middle. I don't know. So it's weird. So there's a huge gap. So you're walking around, and I can't run into like a Phil Hanley equivalent like you could at the Cellar, and I could be like, "Hey, what's up, Phil?" I would be more likely to run into like Joe Rogan or Shane Gillis, and to talk to those guys is a little bit more. You're probably just not going to do that.
Yeah.
Just because it's just you just don't want to.
Yeah.
You're in different worlds. I mean, it's different. And
It's very different.
in stand up, it's got to be organic. You can't just be like, "Hey, Mister, I like to hunt."
I think that's why it's tough to. Well, Joe Rogan might love that actually.
Well, that's why. I told somebody the other day I practiced meeting him in my head, and I knew it wouldn't go good because even the practice meetings in my head didn't go good. I panicked in my head. So
Wow, that's not good. Yeah, it feels weird I see pictures of people at the mothership, like David Lucas and the Killed Tony regulars pretending to play chess, and then you go, well, how do you talk to them? I imagine first you got to start watching from a distance.
that's I don't think that's it.
And then you go
Watching from a distance is never a good way to meet anybody.
Rookie 5, and it works. And he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" And then when they make fun of you, just let them make fun of you.
Yeah.
They're gonna make fun of you.
You know more famous people than I do. I mean, Shang's like famous.
Wang Shang?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Shang Wang.
Connor opens for Shang Wang, and he's like a
sometimes.
legitimate selling out everywhere.
He's
Celebrity.
He's at a point in his career. So Shang Wang, really funny comic, went to the same high school as me, but not at the same time.
Really? I didn't know he went to Bel Air.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 Cardinals.
Went to
We're both Cardinals.
Yeah, but Cardinal very popular.
Stanford, us, and that's it. Peckham. That was our mascot.
Our thing was like I don't know. Go.
I started that. This is huge, and I'll get into it right now.
There we go. Whatever.
I started Peckham cards at my high school. I started like a whole student section, a whole thing. And then there was this girl, shout out Perry Hartley. She started saying that she was like in charge of the student section. And at this point in my life, it was the only thing that I was responsible for. And it was pretty upsetting. It made me pretty upset. And so she tried to say, I started Peckham cards. And I was like, no, you didn't. I was like, this is the only good thing I've done in my life. So let me have it. So, all right, back to Shang Wang.
So he was he has a Netflix special that did very well, and he also opens for Ali Wong. But I think the special really made him pop. And I did his last 2 club dates, I believe, or at least his last club date before the special came out. I believe our last show was at the San Antonio LOL. 30 people were there. Like a double. I remember the manager went, "It's a little light today," as we walked by.
Great thing to hear when you're walking into a show.
Yeah, and we're just like, what the heck, dude? And then I remember him saying, "This is the last club dates I have before my special comes out."
Yeah.
And just like a will this change sort of.
And then you did Irvine, California, and How many
Irvine,
shows
California,
was
8 sold-out shows. Usually a weekend's like 4 or 5 shows. So we added 3 shows, and those all sold out.
that? Yeah.
So he's at a point now where he is selling out weekends. They're adding shows, and then those are selling out. So he said for the next year and a half, he's packed, and they're probably mostly sold-out shows or low-ticket shows.
That's crazy.
So in terms of just like a following, I'm sure the money is very different.
Yeah, I mean, he was super generous with you, which is awesome. You love to hear that.
He's always been, even when he wasn't, he was super nice the first time I ever hosted for him. Usually what we do, he's kind of my sort of speed. He loves nature.
Yeah.
He loves gardens and hiking, which is great. Like, he always tries to get outside. He wasn't drinking. I don't think I saw him drink a single thing when we were in Irvine because he was like, I'm trying to be healthier.
Yeah.
But he would like seafood, giant portions of Asian food. He would drink a little bit, but he was very fun, and he's been very generous with me, and it's cool to see that. So yeah, that was my perspective. That's the only famous person I know.
Yeah. I don't think I know any.
Shang Wang, but he's not like a household name.
Yeah, but he's like,
He's
as far in comedy, he's pretty big deal.
He had Jason. He has a pretty big following. Jason's got a pretty big following. I wouldn't say he's like. I'd say Shang's more famous.
Yeah.
Jason has a big following.
It's always weird to me the people that. Yeah, we're really deep in the stand-up talk right now, but
Yeah, sorry everybody. Sorry.
It's always weird that like, I bet Jason has more followers than Shang, but Shang sells out. That's what I want. I just want stand-up fans. That's why I was a little reluctant for the pod, because I obviously I want them to be interested in our life and what we have to say, but for you just want people to be stand-up fans. Like, I don't want to do sketches. They're like, oh, we liked your sketch. Oh, you do stand-up too. I want them to just like stand-up.
Yeah.
Even though sketches are fun, but I
Or like
think that's
roast.
separate.
The Riot
Well,
Comedy
roast is fine.
Riot
Roasts are
Comedy Festival coming up in April. I'm doing You Look Like there. I signed up to do it.
fun. Yeah.
And then lo and behold, I'm on it.
Well, I mean, you're an incredible writer.
I have to write for everyone though.
Connor as a roaster he'll say stuff that like everybody will laugh at, and he'll be like, and you will think about it for 4 weeks after. I mean, he told our boss, the booker of the club that owns the club.
That's right.
He's a big fitness guy. Shout out Brian Gendron. He told him that
Yeah, he's one of those adjectives.
he's a big fitness guy, and Connor told Brian that he looked like the before and the after picture. Like, you couldn't tell the difference, and Brian has brought it up to me several times after.
Yeah, and I think in the room it got more of a okay.
But it was one of those ones where it's just like, oh, like he's still thinking about it.
You see Post-it notes in Brian's handwriting with it on like mirrors,
Before and
and
after.
you hear it every so often. You go, "You all right in there, Brian?" He goes, yeah, nothing. I'm gonna do a guest spot, and yeah, I try to be. There is like a thing to be kind of mean in those.
Are you but this is something you don't go low. Your stuff's usually pretty creative. It's
Yeah, I don't
well-written.
want to. I think it's easy to, cause like with me, it's mostly Asian stuff, and whatever. And
Well, it's tough because you're a good-looking cat too. Like, it's like, what could they say?
Yeah, I wonder. Like, I'd like to hear one, and it's like very creative, and it's and like, oh, like I never thought of that, and that's funny. And it also makes me think, like, what do people think of me? Because I don't know what people think of me.
Yeah, because it's tough to be like, oh, you're quiet. You look like, well, he kind of looks like he's waiting outside of an apartment right now. It's like, all right.
You look like a church mouse that eats chopsticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I go like, that you almost have to break it down into categories. So, like, here's an example. I was roasting a overweight black gentleman, which is a fun target. And then he dropped 10 minutes before the show. He was actually not in the state of Texas. So,
oh yeah.
one of the co-hosts came in who, by God, he was also a fat black man. So it just was perfect. Everything worked.
By God.
Just
little Norm. By God.
By God, he was a large black gentleman, and you just go. I mean, if he
An
was
LBG.
not, LBG. And then everyone in the comments was like, "This guy stunk," and I go, "He had 5 minutes
Yeah.
to prepare."
But 5 minutes and his entire life. I mean, that is what I know.
That's
that
what he
guy.
does.
Yeah, Big Baby Green is. I can't say, hey man, how's your day going without him going, shut up, you old cop looking, and he'll say some stuff too that you'll be thinking about for a bit. You go, all right.
Yeah, I
just asked you how your day's going. You didn't have to say that I looked like a parole officer that got laid off.
Yeah, he gets me. He's one of those guys when you bring him up on stage, he goes, "Give it up for this guy." He goes, "Kind of look like if Ellen DeGeneres, an Asian Ellen DeGeneres," and you hear it get a pretty big pop, more than your set.
Yeah.
You go, "All right, do I look like that?"
That's always tough.
And then you make it a joke. You go, "This guy said I look like that. That's not true, right?" And then it does pretty well.
Yeah.
Go, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We're still, you guys still like me, but yeah, man, it's all interesting. I've always been. I mean, you're this way too. I think that's why we get along so well. But I can't be. I can't. I'm tough to offend, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I treat people that way, and it doesn't always work. I think people they can take stuff a little. So I've had to get a little closer to my vest on stuff I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I may hurt your feelings a couple
You've
times.
hurt my feeling. Well, when you make you'll make fun of my act sometimes, and that bothers me.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, you do.
Nah, I mean, like, you'll say things, and I'll just go, well, I don't love that, or something. But
those wreck me pretty good.
But we've gotten better.
Yeah, we've gotten better.
We've gotten better. I mean, there's some times, and the Connor, we legit we act like it's a married thing, because Connor will say, he'll tell me something he doesn't like, and he goes, it's fine, you're never gonna change, so it doesn't matter. You're never gonna change.
Yeah.
And then I go, dude, I can change. I just need to know like what to change. And yeah. So I've worked on a lot.
You've worked on a lot.
It's been a lot better.
Yeah, it's been a lot better. Yeah, I guess sometimes I go into the office and Mason's much sillier on average than I am.
Oh yeah.
Less serious on average than I am.
Yeah.
So sometimes he'll come in and he's on a call, or sometimes he comes in and he goes, "Wahoo! Whoa!" He sounds like a Mario character.
Yeah.
Bouncing off the walls,
Yeah.
throwing fireballs, and I'm trying to what? Like I clap back hard, and he goes, "Oh, he's my little," and then he'll start. He'll do the opposite of what I want.
Yeah.
Just to leave the room.
I know. It's tough. I'm a big fun. I like to have fun. I've always been a fun guy, and it's not always received well. And I've had to learn. I mean, yeah, there's just certain people in life you can't joke with the same. And I've learned that in stand up. I thought I was like, oh, stand up, we can all joke the same. And then you say some stuff to people, and they're like, oh, I don't like you anymore. I go, wow, really? One comment? So,
yes,
it's all right. I mean, that's happened quite a bit, but I've gotten a lot better. I just only joke with like 3 or 4 people now. Most everybody else, I go, I can't risk you freaking out on me.
Yeah.
A lot of freakouts. People take life really serious.
Yeah. Oh, speaking, our friend Luis de Jesus asked to be on the today.
Yeah. Oh, fly him in.
It's spring break.
Oh, get him in.
His car probably broke down already, so he's going to walk.
Our friend Luis, text him right now.
Luis, one of the funniest people we know.
Unbelievably funny. Talk about, I saw that. Talk about not taking life seriously. Our friend Luis, we've had to jumpstart him a couple times and go, hey, man, you got to get out of bed. You're 28.
Yeah.
We got to get you to go get a job, buddy.
He goes, what's the job?
He goes, I've been applying. And we go, for how long? He goes, since I graduated. I go, when did you graduate? He goes, 5 years ago. Yeah, that's a good sign, buddy.
I work for the government. And you go, do you? And he goes, I got a check from them.
Yeah,
That's not the
that's
same
not
thing.
working. That's not working. Yeah. Oh yeah, Luis. You guys love Luis.
Oh,
He's funny.
man. Oh, we got to get
hilarious.
another mic. We got to solve that puzzle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even know.
Shoot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to order something.
Okay.
He's
Luis
Luis
just
great.
takes-
Silly little goose.
Luis is not good at spelling, and that's been.
Oh, we'll get into it later.
okay.
We'll get into it later.
Luis
But,
texted
yeah.
me something that I think is pretty funny.
Yeah, just not a great.
Speller. I have a theory.
We went to the same college, and I tell him not to tell people that. I go, don't do that. I can hurt my resume knowing that you went to the same place I did.
Yeah, he got certified to be a physical therapist recently, and I'm like, you need a therapist.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah, he no, a physical trainer. No, he got certified to be a physical trainer, like someone that would work you out. And Luis, I'm not gonna disparage him, but we have a similar body type. So I was like, is it like you're learning as you go kind of thing? And he was like, no, I'm gonna be training people. And I was like, can you imagine walking in and your trainer's like finishing a cheeseburger and is like, all right, let's get in it. Let's start
Yeah.
doing some burpees.
It's not good when your trainer's like out of breath. Slow down, slow down.
Yeah.
So-
They're just walking to the station.
yeah, Luis is I could see him going up to a machine and being like, so this and then he's sitting in it backwards
Yeah.
and he goes, this is for your thumbs.
He tells the people, do you mind just doing this real quick, just so I can get an idea of what you think it is, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Okay. I bet he calls them like, we're going to do Flappy Birds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of roasting people, guys that are good at it,
Mm-hmm.
you know the one I'm talking about. We're going to have him on the pod soon. But Spence Dog.
We are?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Spence Dog. This guy. There's a guy in Austin, Spencer Cavens, and just violent. He's a violent little man, and
Would you say he's handsome?
he is handsome. He's a handsome guy. Very, very in shape. Used to be addicted to drugs, but I mean, he is sharp as a tack, and he'll say things. I'm still thinking about a couple of them. He'll say things that only you thought you knew about yourself, and somehow he got in there and learned it, and just he can make anybody feel small, and it's great. It's so fun to be around because it's good to not take it too serious.
I remember he was like, you get people compare you to this, and I get Dave all the time.
And we go, Dave who?
Chappelle.
Yeah, this guy Spencer told me the other day that his stand-up, people have compared it to skydiving, and so he's that kind of guy. He goes, that's the only similar rush I felt in my life. And he said he had a set the other day and someone wasn't laughing, and he came up to him after and he goes, "Not much of an adrenaline junkie, are you?" I mean, it's just crazy. He's a wild man. Very funny. Very funny. Probably will never make it, but very funny.
Whoa. Where is he from? Seattle?
From Seattle. Yep. Got addicted to drugs up there and then figured it out.
That's a fun. There's a couple.
He's recovering. He's good. He's sober.
There's
so.
a couple guys in the scene who were into drugs and now are completely sober,
We have a lot.
and they're fun to talk to.
Oh, hearing their stories makes you feel like a great person.
They'll talk about horror stories in just the most monotone, but while sipping a bubbly water.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I used to sell dogs or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a weird practice.
I think Spencer told me a joke the other day. He goes, I was really good at magic when I was a drug addict. He's like, because I could take all my family's belongings and turn them into heroin. I think that was Spencer. If it wasn't him, he was telling me somebody said it. But
oh, that's funny.
yeah, there's so many. We have a lot of guys. My mom's worried about me becoming a bad person because stand-up is like such a weird crowd. And it's tough to tell her that like I'm kind of the bad influence like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a bad guy. Like these guys are so much, there are so many good guys in stand-up. We don't have a lot of bad people.
Yeah.
They're all really good, and a lot of
nice.
sober guys that have been through a ton. So hearing their stories are great. And yeah, hearing their story, I mean, you'll feel like you want to feel like $1 million. Talk to one of these guys. It's amazing.
Yeah, I go like, oh, there's a HEB over here, and they go, I used to live there, and I go, what? in the HEB, they go, no, there used to be a decrepit old building, and I'd sleep under his glass.
Yeah.
Use a window as a pillow.
Yeah.
Wow.
One guy who was just like, yeah, I would just steal all the time. And I'm like, you steal? Yeah, just go take stuff. I go, wow, that's aggressive. So, great guys, though. We'll have some of them on the pods. Love the sober communities. They're fun.
That's fun.
They don't take life too serious either. I think because they think they know how dark it can get. They're fun.
That's a good. Maybe I should fall into a hole and then dig myself out.
Yeah, that'll give you a little more perspective. Be a little happier.
Yeah, that's
Nat's another one. There's so many guys that used to do drugs.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. Like, stay away from drugs because it'll get you.
Yeah, or recover and
Yeah, stay away from them or stop doing them.
Yeah, and then you'll be a great story.
Yeah.
We have a lot of material to talk about.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys, There's some crazy cats.
Anyone else? Yeah, I mean, we know some people who are sort of on the opposite end of that spectrum, and
I don't know though.
Get some help.
I don't know. I don't think I even know any like that. But
Luis said he could come in tomorrow if we want.
I know. Luis, this is hilarious. We will ask our buddy Luis, friend of the program.
Mm-hmm.
We'll ask him to do stuff, and he'll go, can't, busy. And we go, hey, man, you don't have a job, so what are you busy with? And then he'll be like, I'm going to the batting cages, which past, I think, the age of 14, going to the batting cages, massive red flag. This is not something you should be doing as an adult.
It's also a red flag that he is a personal trainer, and he calls going to the batting cages a workout.
Yeah.
Which I think we don't know what workouts are anymore.
Yeah. Well, and then we go, you're taking pitches. They're coming in pretty hot. He goes, no, I just put the ball on a tee.
He goes, but my core is on fire.
Yeah.
You're out of shape, buddy.
Yeah.
It's funny because we'll say you don't have a job, and instead of going, hey, he'll just go, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we've told them, we've given them a lot of advice. I mean, I don't know if we're the guys that should be giving advice, but
yeah, I think we have to deflate our advice to his circumstances.
Because I gave you some similar advice too.
Move out.
I said move out, but I also said you had to get a job because you were kind of between jobs, and it was getting to the point where I was like, dude, you're gonna enjoy this. So. But I think those are good. I think getting a job and moving out those are big things.
Now I've been
even if you're making less money, I think it's just a good thing to do.
Oh, I was making less money. We flipped and flopped. We have between starting stand up to now.
Oh yeah.
How many jobs combined have we had?
I mean, yeah. I can't tell you how much not to hire me. I mean, it is.
It's a full hand for you.
I think it's 4 or 5.
5 for me.
Yeah, man, it's tough. You don't want to say that like stand up's the only thing that you got, but it's the only thing that I can kind of think of that I'm good at, that it doesn't just make me want to bash my head into a concrete wall. Mm-hmm. But the working is just terrible. I don't think anybody likes it. Every job that I've had, I've not liked it. I've never, and I always envied the people that were like, yeah, we're having a blast. I go, and it's always what they hired me to do. That sounded on the first day, I was like, oh, I'm going to love this. And then 2 months later, I go, this is the worst thing that's ever existed ever.
I remember my very first job I got. There was like commencement. You get a laptop.
Oh, yeah.
There's all these, we're fresh out of college, so it's a lot of bright-faced.
Bushy-tailed.
A lot of pretty girls worked at my first office, so I'm like, this is awesome.
Didn't need that info, but yeah.
Okay, no, they were not that good looking. And then we got steak and salmon and chicken like catered the first day, and I just go, what are people talking? Like, this is awesome. And then it quickly became not awesome.
Yeah,
it just got boring.
It's tough to explain to people. I mean, working is just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough because the whole generations before us, they all loved it. They were just like, oh, yeah, we love to work. And I hate it. Working is terrible.
I had a buddy at our first job. He said, I think of it as like a video game. And for some reason that made it seem less important, or like just don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
He did get let go. But
Well,
he ran out of lives.
That was a good reference. Yeah, every job I've had, when they have been just have never been good at them. I almost got fired from one for spelling. You know, that's not good.
You ever get put on a PIP?
Oh, I got a pip.
I called you Pippi Longstocking.
And then that ruins you mentally.
Yeah, you go, no pressure, but if you don't hit these, you will get let go.
See, mine was just like they sent me like a formal disciplinary notice during training, which I didn't know was even possible. But they were like, hey, just training's already not going good, so why don't you figure it out? I remember going to my boss. I just went directly to my boss. I go, what's this email about? And he basically was like, yeah, it's just a paper trail just in case we need to fire you. And I was like, oh, well, I'm looking for new jobs now. And then went to a new job after that. Horrible. That was the one I almost got fired at for spelling. My boss came in and was like, hey, is spell check on your email? And did you know that's something you can turn off? Spell check?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you can. And
how do you even do that?
I don't know. He just asked to spell check, and I like laughed. I was like, I don't think that's even a thing. And then he printed some of my emails, and he goes, hey, why don't you check these out?
Your emails. That means he has
And he had highlighted them. Yeah. And he had highlighted a lot of words. And some of the words, you'd be pretty upset that I misspelled them.
Yeah, sometimes we have a writing job, and I can tell which sections you wrote.
Okay. I think I tell story better than you, but spelling is not great. I think I write.
Yeah, the spelling can be tough. Well, that's unfortunate. I had a cold call. I had this phase when COVID hit where I was working a cushy remote job. Cushy, not like I was making a ton, but it required very little work. And it was a sales job, but all our numbers were down. So even if you did poorly, it was hard to tell that it was your fault. So I was in that. And then for some reason I went, you know what? I want to make $100K every year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into software sales. And like while I was on vacation in Cincinnati and Chicago, I was doing like 5 interviews a day for 2 weeks. And it was a lot. And then I got this job where it's just cold call sales. And people do not like getting cold called.
Yeah, oh yeah.
People go, how did you get my private cell phone number? And explaining it doesn't help. So I go, oh, it's online. Anyways, how would you like it? That doesn't work.
How did you get your your leads? How did they get them?
So, and you could do this. You go to a website called fastpeoplesearch.com. It's I think an online public directory where if you can narrow someone's name and city and state, it'll just pull up any emails and numbers associated with them. So I would target law offices and try to sell them software. And a lot of the law offices are like the law offices of Joe Schmo Jr. So you just look up Joe Schmo Jr.
Good guy.
Great estate attorney. And you do that. And if you sold one, you could make a good amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty hard to sell them. And I got put on a performance improvement plan while doing open mics in New York. Didn't make quota maybe 3 months in a row. When I got back from New York, that first Monday back, my boss said, all right, this is my last day, actually. See ya. And then another boss called me and was like, are you willing to make improvements? And I paused too long for it to be yes. And then that day, I was so happy. I drove to Austin, dropped off my stuff, and drove back.
Yep. I feel that, man. Yeah, there's nothing like...
unemployed for a while.
Yeah. The feeling of quitting a job is incredible. It's amazing.
Wow, nothing like that.
Yeah,
Nothing like
Dusty
that.
Slay has a great bit on that. The 2 weeks notice, it's a fantastic bit. It's incredible. It's so funny.
Yeah.
He goes, somebody asked me to do something, and then I said, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm not going to work here in 2 weeks. Dusty Slay. New special out. I'm sure everybody's seen it.
That's the worst. So last time I went to state tournament, Mason's family goes to the Texas high school basketball state tournament in San Antonio.
Yep.
That was around my last few days of working at my last company. I had to bring my laptop
to UPS.
To UPS, And he was still going, "Hey, can you get this out?" And I was trying to do it on my phone, and I go, "What am I doing?"
I remember I told you, I said, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Yeah, I felt, but you know what? Good move. It was a good move.
Yeah. Golly, do you ever think if stand-up doesn't work out, which most likely not going to work out,
It could be.
this is going to be a nightmare for us, trying to figure out a new job or something.
We just got to keep doing it.
I know, freak. That would stink, man. I mean, sometimes I think about that, and if you think about it too much, you start to get nervous.
Really scared. I woke up this morning to go use the restroom, and I was thinking about it as I was using the restroom.
Dude, I have a kid, man. I have a wife and a kid and a house and a mortgage. It's just like, it's one of those things where you go, oh, wow, this could be a massive bust for them.
Yeah.
Because they like, when you get married, it's like you're buying stock in like a young, promising company, but you're like, we need this company to appreciate. And if it doesn't, it's not. And right now we're still in like the.
But I need them to appreciate the company. So let's just let's chill out.
But we're still in the. What is it called? Phase? We're still startup. I'm still startup.
Yeah.
The concept has been kind of proven.
Mm-hmm. My brother worked at a startup.
But if you
It's
took it
no
to Shark
longer-
Tank
it's
like
no
right
longer.
now, they'd be like, "Yeah, we're not good."
What are your sales?
Yeah, not great.
I'd like to give you $20 for 100% of your
Not
company.
great. Hey, let's go ahead and get off that phone though.
Yeah, just my brother.
Just,
Yeah, I think about. I go. My brother works for Tesla. He's an engineer. He has a Tesla. My mom's a doctor. My dad's, a great father.
Yeah.
He's an entrepreneur. But I'm just like, oh God, what am I doing?
Everybody in my family's doing something. They're going in a direction, and I've just been burning out,
Yeah.
spinning circles.
But do they envy you at all, or do they go, well, I like having belongings and food?
I don't know. I don't know if they envy me. They make fun of it a lot. I thought like getting past it at Rogan's Club would have been cool, and they just you've been around that group. They just made fun of me the whole time. Like I would go take a phone call, and they'd be like, "Oh, is that Rogan? Who's that Rogan? Rogan's taking it." And I go, "Yeah, he's going. Yeah, you guys are idiots."
That's cool.
Family could be so mean. Yeah, you want them. I'd rather them be mean than nice. Like you don't want them to be like my in-laws. We went to they were like around Christmas. They're like, "How many books have you read this year?" And I was like, "Oh, I hate this. What kind of question is
What kind
that?
of question is that?
I'm not trying to talk
Yeah,
about
shut up.
knowledge."
Read the room.
I go, "Books? How about pages? Let's talk about pages."
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
both are lower than you'd think.
Oh, I saw that. I saw a John Oliver thing about Boeing, and he always has a joke when he introduces the topic.
Boeing?
Yeah, about the company.
I don't know anything about them. I mean, a great aviation company. That's all I know about them.
Yeah, just blow the doors off the place.
No, just a fantastic aviation company that does
Oh.
everything.
Yeah. I'm trying to blink in Morse code. Help. Well, he said like, you ever bring a book on vacation and you're like, I'm gonna be a reader,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't. Like Shang had that joke. He's
So
like,
good.
I'm not well read, but my books are well traveled. Like,
Amazing.
gosh.
Amazing joke.
Yeah,
I don't even kid myself anymore. I'm just like, we have phones now. We don't need that. They're like, well, books better for dopamine. I go, shut up. You don't even know what dopamine means.
No,
I
didn't.
do. No, I need to get some more. I don't know if I need more dopamine or less. I don't know what the answer is, but I need to go in one of the directions.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be hydrated again. I just have to accept that. I'd rather just work on my acceptance for stuff than try to fix things sometimes.
Wait, how'd you get to hydration from dopamine?
I don't know. I just thought about like stuff that's good to regulate in your body.
Oh.
Good and thing. Dopamine. I don't know.
Well, we're doing, you're hydrated.
I don't know. 'Cause sometimes I use the restroom and I'm like, really?
Were you taking vitamins?
No. I do the.
Sometimes I take vitamins. My urine comes out looking like it's radioactive.
What?
You haven't had that?
It's cold. Why is it cold?
No, it's it's not cold. It's like bright.
Bright
Yeah.
yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so mine's more orangish sometimes.
I don't think that's good. It's a clean pod. Shouldn't have brought up urine.
Yeah, 'cause ours is dirty. Like, here's the thing. Element.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's a sponsor.
So if you've heard of Liquid IV is the first hydration drink that I heard of.
Mm-mm.
But there's a lot of sugar in it. And Mason told me there's this thing called Element, which is letter LMNT, that's sugar-free
Yeah.
and is better. And I've been trying to, and I've been really liking it, except for the chocolate. That makes me want to throw up.
Chocolate nuts, not so good.
Don't like the chocolate.
We have
But then you sent me another one, right? You said it compared to Element.
Well, because they know now. Instagram knows that I'm drinking Elements, and then there's some guy that's nipping at Elements heels, and they're going, "Hey, guess what? Element uses the wrong magnesium." And you go, "I didn't even know there was multiple magnesiums."
It's a cycle.
Yeah,
And then I'm gonna get back to Element at some point.
yeah, you'll get or Liquid IV.
I'm gonna get.
Eventually, it'll be back to
this.
Liquid IV.
It's gonna go Element, something.
That's the Instagram, man. I don't know what to do anymore. That's why you have to stay off of it, because they'll just hit you with so much. Like, I'll leave an Instagram session and I'm like, I have to start eating liver, and then you'll get another one and you're like, I can't believe I've ever eaten meat. Meat's terrible for you.
Yeah, I think about, like, I have most of my family lives in St. Louis, Missouri, and I don't think they're on the kids are, but my uncles aren't on Instagram, and I see them. They hunt a lot, they fish, they go camping, and they don't care at all. And they just look after their families, and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
My uncle has a Land Cruiser. That's pretty cool. It's his project.
It's expensive.
Yeah,
Nice.
those are. It's a fun. It's got big wheels on it. Makes you feel powerful.
Big wheels keep on turning.
So, all right, that's pretty good in terms of length, at least. It's pretty long. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice because we're in the zone. But of course, you gotta, I guess, call it out.
All right. Well, I don't want to be in the zone too long, or they're not going to be in the zone.
No, I mean, well, we've got
Get in the zone.
62 listeners.
Oh,
it's literally like it was my nieces and nephews. I'm hanging out with them.
Thank goodness you have a big family.
Yeah, thank goodness, because they're supporting us. And yeah, they're friends. Like, they had friends. They were like, love the pod. And I was like, golly, I was hoping.
Who's your favorite niece?
I was hoping on adults.
You don't have to. We don't have
favorite niece. There's one that's the oldest, and like my sister had one, so she's like probably 7 years from me, 8 years from me. Tanner, and she's very mature.
Tanner's a girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went with my sister did a lot of that. Sister's pretty hipster. She had like the small tattoos thing before that was like a cool thing. Yeah, she sings. But Tanner's she's probably still top because she's just mature. I mean, you could probably go ask her like financial advice, like where should I be investing? She'd have a good answer. So, they're a good bunch. Every one of them's pretty good. There a couple are a little annoying, but I mean, there's so many. There's 25, I think. So you can kind of go
25.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. You're not even top percentile. You can tell. You can wow. You have enough where you're in the top percentile.
Yeah. Oh, and there's some you go, oh man, I don't want to be around you at all.
Just want to throw you. I like the age when I used to pillow fight with my cousins.
Yeah.
And there's the age where like if you even just throw a pillow at them hard enough and hit a leg, they're gonna go down, and that's fun. You feel really powerful.
Yeah, I think the best age though is when you can look at like a kid and go, duh, and they turn around and they go, and they start dying laughing and they run, and you're just playing chase, and that's it. But to them, they're like, this is I can't believe you invented chase. Wow, this is amazing.
Oh, I love hide and seek more than they do.
Yeah,
like it's all for me.
Well, that's a little weird, but yeah.
Okay. I love playing a thing I'll do in hide and seek is I go, okay, turn around. I'm gonna leave the room, but I don't leave the room.
Yeah.
I stay in the room, and I see their mind going, just breaking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, kids are
love hide and seek.
Kids are fun. I've got a kid now, so he's awesome.
Is he? What physical milestones does your kid hit now? Because I don't know when kids.
I think their next is rolling over. Rolling over's big, but his arms are flailing, and he'll scratch you. I probably got some scratch. He'll scratch your face.
His nails?
Yeah, they have nails.
I don't know.
They have fingernails are like a month.
Wow. I used
5 weeks.
I have fingernails. Yeah, that's fun. I have a cousin. Cousin, that's a unisex term, right? There's no like yeah, I have a cousin who they're cool, but I think she was in a teenage age where she has to like act like she doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Hey, what the heck? We just went on an adventure.
You're all the same age?
No, she's like a teen.
Oh, she's a teen now.
Yeah, but I go, oh, is this what it's like where you just...
Yeah.
I go, hey, her name's Cecilia. I go, hey, Cece.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, she rolled her eyes, and I go, excuse me? I didn't
See, my nieces and nephews, they think we're the coolest. It's like when you hang around them, it kind of feels like you're a celebrity a little bit. And then my brother, they'll be like, be a good example. And I'm always like, you guys want to smoke cigarettes? And they're good kids. So they're like, no. And I remember there's an 8-year-old at state tournament. And I was asking her, you want some cigarettes? And she goes, no. And I go, why? She goes, cigarettes are bad for you. I go, no, they're not. I go, your dad's just been telling you that cigarettes are actually good for you. And
You see her going like...
she was thinking about it. And then she probably goes, and then you see him go tell the dad. They go, hey, Uncle Mason. And then the dad goes, Mason has depression. So they tell him, we've already talked about it. They tell I'm the worst person. Like, they all think that I, like, just got out of prison. And they're like, he's figuring it out. Just give him time. So it's fun.
Yeah,
but
prisons sound scary.
Okay. I've been once.
Really?
Just to visit.
They made fun of you?
Yeah. Okay.
Is there a lot of security?
Oh, yeah.
Like more than you thought?
No, I think less than you thought.
That's not good.
Yeah, but I've never gone to like a high security prison, maximum
But
security.
there's like a rifle nearby.
Oh, yeah, you'll see a rifle. You see guys walking on the top rope or whatever.
Oh, wow.
But everybody's so nice in prison. They make it seem like everybody's mean, but I mean, when you go play basketball, they're like, oh, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here.
Is this so bad?
I honestly, dude, during COVID, I was like, this isn't bad at all. I think the restricted movements is probably a thing that you don't want, but
I heard the food's not great.
that was a thing. Food wasn't great, but yeah, everybody's very friendly. I need to go back. I need to do it again. I've been busy, but they're awesome.
Yeah, you ever hear in like, in Nordic countries, prisons are like Airbnbs here. And they go, you can get out of your sentence if you say please. And some people don't.
Yeah. I know. I hate when people, it is my biggest pet peeve when people act like other countries are better than ours. I can't stand it. I don't care if you're from that country. Just, you're here in America and things are pretty legit, so just chill out. But when people are like, dude, did you know the medical rate of this? And you go, I don't care about the medical rate, okay? You know what I care about? I care about guns and the American flag. Let's do that.
I feel, yeah. America.
I know we're not perfect, but they're like, can you believe kids are dying? And I go, yeah, dude.
They say some cool stuff.
It's because they're eating Skittles. Yeah. Why don't you take it easy on the skits?
The prisons sound like nice, where they're like, you know what I got in like an American prison? I got stabbed.
Yeah.
I go like in a Nordic prison, I got my master's degree.
Yeah.
Go, whoa.
Yeah. Well, I know. And then like, what did you go to prison for in the Nordic country? You stole fish from someone.
But then sometimes they're like, I killed a family of 3.
Yeah.
You only got 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 per person.
They just, and then they go, well, everybody's, I don't know, you're just like this. You're stupid. I can't stand, and then people that talk about Europe, I can't stand.
I like Europe.
Can't stand Europe.
There are some things, but I've been to Asia and Europe a few times, and there are some like, I know you're upset. I know you don't like to.
I can't stand Europe.
High-speed rail. That's really cool.
I can drive a car. That's fun.
Could you imagine a high-speed rail from Austin to Houston and Dallas, like a triangle?
That would be cool.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But, dude, when people go there, like my brother-in-law's there right now, I think in Italy or Spain or one of the ones that doesn't matter.
Doing there?
And they just are like, oh, the food's better, the milk, and they've got croissants. I go, yeah, we've got croissants and milk here and food. I just don't like the people. They're like, oh, and then I'm like, what do you like about it? And they're like, the buildings. I'm like, oh, old buildings. That's nice. I don't know. This is cool. There's a reason we left, and it's pretty legit over here.
It's legit over here. It's very legit. I don't like how the prices of everything seem to be going up.
Here?
Everywhere.
You know whose fault that is.
Putin?
Gosh, dang it, Putin.
Did you see Tucker Carlson go to Moscow?
Dude, I didn't watch the whole thing, but that was wild. Because it's like you can't ask any hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, or do you want to get hit hard?
Yeah.
after
So,
you ask him?
how did you already win next election?
It's part of my. Did you see? I saw Xi Jinping. Shout out XP. He yeah.
I thought it was Xi Jinping.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Golly, dude. Now you
XJ?
can't go back.
Yeah, I can't go. I mean,
Would you ever go?
yeah, I've been 3 or 4 times.
Okay. Well, no,
I
back.
have my passport here. I got a visa for it.
Okay. All right. I don't care. But keep going.
Yeah, they just. I don't even need a passport. They just see me. They give me it. Get in there. And he did a thing where.
Can they tell you're mixed over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
The height gives it away. The facial hair.
They like it?
They stare. They're not shy about that.
Yeah.
There used to be a point, I think it was earlier, one of the first times I visited was probably between 2000 and 2010. We were staying on, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but we were staying on their Naval Academy base campus because my grandpa was a professor there, and my uncle is, I believe, in electrical engineering. One of the smartest guys I think you ever met. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He could take apart a TV and put it back together. It was like when we were trying to watch the NBA finals, every time we went, it was in the summertime and the finals were on, and we couldn't find it. And he would take apart the back of the TV, fix it, and we'd find it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But you're not supposed to stay on there if you're a foreigner, because they're pretty restrictive over there.
Yeah.
So we'd have to sneak in and try not to get people in trouble. And
It's like next week we learn that your grandfather or uncle gets executed.
oh, that would be the worst.
Oh, because you outed him.
Yeah, sorry, Uncle's young.
So, it's interesting is, you have that joke about appearances of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that lady that came over from North Korea, I forget who she is.
Who's been on Rogan?
Yes. I forget her name. But she said she thought all white people looked the same. And I was like, that's interesting. Because you don't hear that a lot.
Maybe because of propaganda. Oh, my mom said.
But I think if you live, I don't know. I just think if they're over there, they're like, oh yeah, obviously this person looks different.
Yes, I think North and South Koreans look different. I think I could tell.
You could?
Yeah, I think I could.
Yeah. I remember I was
Pull up the slides.
I remember I was in U of H, and there was a Vietnamese girl that was tutoring me for statistics, and she was telling me all the differences of how to tell different, because U of H is very diverse. So, and they were telling me all the differences between how to see different Asian sex and SECT.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I started saying it right now, it'd probably not be great. But she was, It kind of, I do it sometimes, and when you talk to people, that's what I would have guessed. But you can't guess early.
You can guess in your head. That's fine.
You can do a lot of things in your head.
Yes. That's what most people do.
Yeah.
It's fun to do that.
You can fight. I fight a lot of people in my head.
Yeah. It's
How many times have you fought me in your head?
a lot. I can't tell you.
Okay. Well, it's never happened. It's never happened.
No, it probably will not happen.
It's good.
It's great.
Yeah, I don't want to fight you. So.
Yeah, I don't want to fight anyone.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been good. Good pod.
This has been
There's
good.
the
We're not
energy was
gonna
great.
fight. We're not gonna fight.
The energy is great. Tune in. I think we're gonna release this today.
Yeah, episode 3 will be out shortly.
Oh no, never mind.
And we
all right.
might get a guest on next time.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.